So today I'm going to do my best to quickly talk about our move to Michigan because it was pretty much a month-long process and there was a lot of drama. Moving is super hard. Squatting at this house,
Kind of sad all of a sudden.
hot, stinky garbage.
Postponed again.
Drama! What's up, everybody? Thank you so much for coming back to my channel, and if you're new here, consider subscribing. I post new videos every Sunday and Wednesday all about my life and a lot of mom life motivation, so I hope you guys stay tuned. And before you leave this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and leave a comment down below to encourage your girl to keep going. So we're gonna hit 3 different categories that I broke this move down into. Number 1, the drama. Number 2, downsizing. And number 3, the discovery. You see what I did there? Mom, I know you'd be so proud. First, the drama. There was a lot of drama that we dealt with this move. First of all, the timeline was all thrown off because we had such a hard time finding a house. First, we were gonna buy a house, then we changed our minds, then we were gonna rent because we wanted to figure things out a little bit, get our feet wet back in Michigan. We got flown out to Michigan for a week to find a place to live. We linked up with some realtors and we started touring houses, and every single rental that we looked at was hot, stinky garbage. It wasn't just like gross and old, but there was something majorly wrong with these places that made us extremely uncomfortable living there with a toddler and a newborn, you know? So because we kept having these issues over and over and over again, we decided to up the amount of rent that we were comfortable with. So then we started touring nicer homes and nicer neighborhoods, and they were bigger. And we found one that we agreed on. We put in our application the day before we left for Texas. We went back to Texas, we started packing up our stuff, and then our application was denied. Honestly, not getting that first house was a blessing in disguise because although we would have been super comfortable and in a great home in a great neighborhood, it's not my ideal location, and it definitely was way more than we're paying now in rent. And our whole mindset was, hey, if we're gonna be renting again, we might as well be saving a whole chunk of money, you know, rather than dumping money into rent. So at that point, our trip to Michigan felt like a waste, but it was a huge eye-opener in setting proper expectations on what we should get in a rental here. I really wanted a smaller house. I wanted something that we could just fit into, and I wanted to downsize a lot. I wanted to get something smaller because honestly, I was really struggling maintaining our house in Texas. We had a 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house. I have lots of embarrassing cleaning videos on this channel. You can go back and watch them and see how much I really was struggling keeping up with that house. Because we did not have a secured address, our moving date kept getting pushed back. I was not a happy camper about it.
Today was supposed to be our second proposed moving date. Last week was the first one, then it got postponed, and then it was postponed again.
Fast forward, we ended up moving to Michigan without an address. So we packed up our house, we cleaned our house, and got it ready to list for sale. We came to Michigan to live in a hotel for 2 weeks, and while we were in the hotel, we started touring more houses with our realtor, and that is what led us to this house. When we came to tour the house, this is when some more drama kicked in. We pulled up to the driveway and we're waiting for our realtor to arrive. I knew the house was vacant because it said so on the listing. So we're sitting in the driveway of this vacant house. We're sitting there for a good 5 minutes. All of a sudden, a girl walks out of the side door of the house with her purse. She walks out and she walks directly to the backyard, and she just doesn't even make any eye contact with us. And we're sitting right there in the car. She walks out, goes to the backyard, she's in the back for a minute, and then she comes back and goes back in the house. And I'm looking at Angelo, he's like, did you just see that? I'm like, what the heck? Like, is someone squatting at this house? Our realtor shows up, we tell him, there's a girl inside that house. She just came out, this is weird. So he goes and knocks on the door, she comes to the door, and they start talking. I'm still in the car at this point, but I overheard bits and pieces of their conversation. While they're talking on the porch, 2 other girls pull up. We found out that a scammer had listed this house on Facebook Marketplace And these girls found the listing and were messaging with someone about the house. The person told them, the back door is unlocked, go tour the house. If you like it, you can cash at me your deposit of $1,200 and we can work out the details later. Drama! So the two girls that pulled up, they left right away. They were already skeptical about this ad. So they were like, oh, somebody was trying to get me, and they just left. The girl that was in the house stayed. She stayed outside the house while we toured the house. First, Angelo and the realtor went in and like looked at all of our closets and all of the crawl spaces just to make sure like nobody was hiding in there, because it was just, it was sketchy. When we left the house, the girl was still outside and she was like asking our realtor, well, what do I do? I couldn't believe it. She was all by herself. She really innocently like came into a house that the back door was unlocked, that she read a message on Facebook about, like, you know how many, oh Jesus. That was just some of the moving drama that we dealt with, not to mention when we came to Michigan and we showed up at the airport, my bag was missing, and we found out that a lady had stolen my bag, and she was like really close to us and going through my bag and somebody else's bag. That's a whole nother story. That was super dramatic, and that's a whole nother video. In the time of packing and organizing and sorting, I just started getting rid of stuff, and we actually made a really good amount of money selling on Facebook Marketplace and having a garage sale, which I marketed on Facebook Marketplace. I highly recommend, if you are about to move, just get rid of anything and everything that you can, that you are not really attached to, that you don't really need, or you're not sure if you'll need it. Just get rid of it, because moving a bunch of stuff is stressful enough. When you get to that place and you find out you didn't even need half of that crap, whew, that's frustrating.
It's Tuesday, September 1st. Today's moving day. Overall, I'm proud of the amount of stuff we got rid of. But looking at this pile is still overwhelming, and I'm still like, we should have gotten rid of more. There's still so much stuff, and after clearing out our living room and just having a couch and the TV in there, I was like, I love having nothing in here. I love that.
Now, as far as downsizing goes, we still have some work to do. I'm still figuring out how to organize everything in our little bungalow. It's a work in progress, but I'm very proud of the progress that we've made, because like I said, if you've watched any of our old videos, you know. Okay, and the last topic is the destination. We ended up getting this house, which was totally perfect. I was so legitimately angry and stressed out that things were not working out. They didn't seem to be working out. They didn't seem to be panning out. And I was so sick of living in that hotel room. God has perfect timing. And in every season, there is adjustments that need to be made. I really had to remind myself that God has it all worked out. That I don't have to figure it out. He has it worked out. But I was just so over it. I pretty much just want to encourage you, if you're in a rough season right now and you feel like you can't get in a good groove, or you can't have a regular routine, or it's just mad chaos, or nothing is working out the way you want it to, trust in the Lord with all of your heart. Lean not to your own understanding. He really does have your best intentions at heart, and everything will work out. Stay strong, stay faithful, stay focused. The last 3 years have been a huge roller coaster of transitions in our lives, and honestly, the ride's not over. Through every single one of those transitions, I have seen the goodness of God come through for me. So yeah, we moved, and things are a little messy and a little crazy right now, but we're here, we're in Michigan, we are happy, we are readjusting, and we're getting ready for the cold. Follow me over on Instagram for more day-to-day motivation and fun real-life content. And I'll see you guys next Sunday for a new video. Until then, stay awesome, be you, and keep loving Jesus. Boo, bye. I'm starting to get emotional. Yeah. I wasn't emotional all day, not really. Like when I was driving around this morning with Logan when we were out, I got like slightly emotional,
like just looking at my surroundings and like driving down the country road, coming to the house and everything, but I'm getting emotional right now. Angela will think I'm crazy if he walks in and sees me crying. But this house is just such a moment. Like, every chapter of your life is something to cherish, even if it's a hard chapter. Like, even if it's a traumatizing chapter and you want to move on and you're ready to move on or whatever the case may be, like, it's still a lot to process. And yeah, so I'm kind of sad all of a sudden.